Okay, next lesson. So we're going to continue from last week's lesson, well, earlier in this week's lesson, where we read The Pirate Cruncher. We got to the end of that story and the pirates got crunched. There we go. That's the pirates at the end of that story getting their comeuppance for being greedy and being eaten by the pirate cruncher. And although we know what happens next to the monkey and the parrot and the puppet, which is part of the monster all along, we don't necessarily know what happened next to the pirates. Now, we assume they just got eaten. But what if inside this pirate cruncher was massive? You know, he's the size of an island. What if inside him it's like a massive cave system and they can go off on adventures searching through his body trying to find a way of escaping? We're going to assume that for a little bit. That's what we're going to pretend. It's going to allow us just to write some more sentences, because today I just want to have some fun playing some games with some sentences. Not going too deep, not writing a full story. So, we don't need that. So, Thursday the 11th of February 2021, we're going to learn to combine sentences. What's going to happen is I'm going to give you a few bits of a sentence. We're going to practice combining them together using some different conjunctions and adverbs that are useful, kind of connective type things with joining bits of sentences together. I'm going to leave you with a few more bits of that sentence to join up yourself. And then we'll see if you can add a couple more sentences on the bottom just to make a little piece of writing, kind of like a little bit of a sequel to the story. Okay, the words that I thought we could use today are these ones. So as soon as, while, when, whenever, before, after, immediately, once, although, because, and so. Notice and then are not on that list because those two are banned. We don't want and then, and then, and then, and then, and then. Because when you're writing, a few things can possibly happen. Sometimes you write lots of very short sentences all in a row. It tends to happen more when you're younger. You don't tend to do that as much now. But the other thing that can happen is you write massively long sentences that are like paragraph sized. Sometimes they just literally just run together with no full stops. Sometimes they are joined together with conjunctions like and then, but they're overused. And you just get so-and-so did this, and then he 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 did this, and it sounds awful. Okay? So today I'm going to give you some short sentences and we're going to try and use these, that direction, slightly better words, because they're a combination of different types of word, to join our sentences together. Okay, got to keep the hat because I've still got a terrible lockdown haircut and I've still got to be Mr. Channer. So, I thought, what would happen if you woke up inside? Well, I've given myself some sort of sentence starters. Let's see if I can get those onto the bottom of this screen. There we go. So, everything stopped moving. The captain pulled himself to his feet. It was dark. He scrabbled for a lamp. Purplebeard lit the lamp with a fuse from his pistol. The beast shook. The captain flinched. That's like when you kind of do that. The crew moaned and groaned. They were happy to be alive. Should be a full stop there. They saw a long passage into the beast. In the distance there was a glint of gold. The captain shouted at everyone to get up. They trudged off deeper into the cruncher. So, which possibly needs a capital, I suppose, if that's what I'm calling him. That's his name. Let's try and join some of those together. Right. Everybody stopped moving. The captain pulled himself to his feet. Doesn't necessarily have to be in that order. Let's have a look at these. Mirror images is weird. Have a look at these conjunctions over here, or these, they're not all conjunctions, but these words over here. As soon as could work. Everything stopped moving as soon as the captain pulled himself to his feet. That doesn't sound right, because it makes it sound like the captain caused it all to stop moving. How about the captain pulled himself to his feet as soon as everything stopped moving? Okay, let's try that. So how about As soon as everything stopped moving. So I'm actually using the second part of that sentence there. I'm not using that, but what I've actually done is I've taken that first sentence and the bit that's going to join them together has actually gone at the beginning. As soon as everything stopped moving, and then I'm going to put the captain pulled himself to his feet. The captain pulled himself to his feet. Full stop. Now what I've done there is I've used as soon as, but I put it at the beginning. It doesn't have to be in between those two sentences. Sometimes it will go in between the two sentences to join them together, so they just become two clauses in the same sentence. Sometimes it will go at the beginning with a little comma, because this could be the captain pulled himself to his feet as soon as everything stopped moving. So I've got two clauses there and I could just swap them over. I think you tend to know how these things sound, so hopefully you should just be able to get on with this and you should be okay. The next two bits. It was dark. He scrabbled around for a lamp. It was dark as he scrabbled around for a lamp whenever, once. So, it was dark, so he scrabbled around for a lamp. That would work. It was dark, so he scrabbled, kind of searching without being able to see, scrabbled around a lamp. I'm assuming that as bits of the pirate ship got munched, there could be like bits of scattered pirate ship around and he might be able to grab a lamp or something to set fire to. So here I've joined with the word so. It was dark, that's one of my sentences, so he scrambled around for a lamp. Okay, what else can I do? So my next bit, Purplebeard lit the lamp with a fuse from his pistol. I might just leave that one sentence exactly as it is because it's already quite a long sentence. So perhaps one or two sentences that don't get joined is fine. So let's have no. Let's have Purplebeard lit the lamp with a fuse from his pistol. And then what have I got for my next couple of sentences? The beast shook, the captain flinched. The beast shook, the captain flinched. Beast shook immediately, the captain flinched. The beast shook once the captain flinched. The beast shook whenever the captain flinched. Or the captain flinched whenever the beast shook. Perhaps I swap those two clauses around. The captain flinched whenever. That means it happens every time it happens. The what's the sentence? Whenever the beast shook. So I've used whenever. So I've used the first, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 sentences there. I've joined 6 of them into 3 pairs, and then 1 sentence is on its own. I've chosen words from that list over there, and I've underlined them so that I can see that I've used them. You'll be showing me and Mrs. Sperry that you've used them. I've given you another few sentences, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 6 sentences, which you can pair up to make 3 more longer sentences. And then if you want to, if you've got a bit more time, you can then try and perhaps add a few more sentences of your own on the end. What happens when they go down the tunnel? They're going off towards treasure. I can imagine there's other treasure that's been swallowed by the pirate cruncher, so perhaps they find that. Perhaps they find other pirates that have been swallowed when they were down there. Perhaps they find a way out through his belly button. I don't know, it's up to you. What do you want to happen in this next bit of the story? But here's the important things. Take the sentences that I have written, or I put down here, and write those out. You can copy exactly as I've done for the first few, or you can make them slightly different if you want to. Take the next bunch of sentences, and those you've got to work out how you're going to join up yourself. And again, use this list of words over there. And then eventually add a few more sentences of your own. So you'll end up sort of writing a small paragraph of writing about what happened next. I will include all the bits and bobs in a document that you can have and print out if you need it, or just have on screen, but everything else is being done in your book. So you shouldn't need any extra resources. Any questions? Just send us a message.